I hope I'm live. Probably. Yep. Alright. The normal, I'm doing Forsaken Neon. I want to get this over with so bad because I made a stupid bet and I need to beat Fire Temple after this. Why did I do this to myself? You see, if I were a smart person, I would not have made that bet. But I did. Basically I made a bet with Z Gabriel that if he did not die 98% on Rust, then I had to beat not Force Temple, Fire Temple. I mean, I was thinking he would die, so I wouldn't need to do that. And then Commander Lezard told me that he actually fluked it from 60. Like, bro. Why? Oh. Yeah, I died there. I also changed my trail to Rainbow one. Don't ask why, I just did. I'm too lazy to go back to having no trail. I'm too lazy to set that up. I am an idiot. Alright, hold on. I might, like, turn off my music. And I, like, put on, like, some Undertale music in the background. Because Undertale music is always chill. Oh, wait, no. YouTube. I won't be able to stream for that long since I have to go to sleep soon. But, oh well. Okay, what the wait, oh yeah. Okay, oh, fuck, that's... Okay, that was louder than I thought. Yeah, let's use Ruins. Yeah, is there a longer version? Yeah, I'll just use this. How the fuck do I loop it? No, how do I... Is there like a 1 hour version or something? I mean, 10 hours isn't... Never mind. Only issue is I can't use the musical cues to be able to beat the level, but Forsaken Neon, like, isn't really a like, it's not a level where, like, the sync is so important. Like, if this was level with, like, really good sync, then I would need the music, probably, for cues, but luckily this level doesn't have too much, like, musical stuff, so I would say I'm in the clear. Might turn down the volume, though. That's a bit loud. Why did I click there? Okay, can I just say, Undertale, I do not know how, but Toby Fox, like, Undertale is one of my favorite games. Like, one of the main reasons why is because the OST. The OST just always puts me in a good mood, like, a nostalgic mood. I always feel happy. I don't know how. It's like, I don't even have words for how incredible, like, Ruins is as a song. Like, for example, Ruins is genuinely one of my favorite, like, probably one of my favorite pieces of media ever. It's just, it gives me such raw emotion, like, that I cannot get out of any other song, with a couple of exceptions. The only songs I can think of at the top of my head that give me such emotions are Pangea by Kevin MacLeod, and like my favorite song of all time, Hills of Manchuria, which I don't know who it was made by. I know it was like a really old ass song, but Yeah, a lot of people get surprised when I say that, like, because I have very weird music taste. My favorite song is, like, I think it was called, like, On the Hills of Manchuria. That's my favorite. A lot of people get surprised by that. Because, like, I don't seem like the type of person who'd enjoy that kind of music, but that's just, like, my favorite song ever. It's just so good for me. I'm so stupid. Oh yeah, I'm also no longer solely a mouse player anymore. Like, now, like, since I have a better keyboard, like, for some levels, I play with up arrow, and for others, I play with mouse. Usually levels with more, like, more control-based, I use mouse, but with more, like, timing-based or more input-based, I use up arrow. I still cannot get over how much this song makes me feel. Honestly, right now, this is, like, really soothing me while I'm playing this level. Because yesterday, I had a horrible session where I got past 60, like, what, like, 70 times in, like, an hour or two. Like, goodness, that session is terrible. My luck has just been so, like, unrealistically bad at this level. To be quite frank, I should have beaten this level, like, weeks ago. But, unfortunately, my luck has just been really bad. But, oh well. What can you do? I am such an idiot. I should not have been talking then. Honestly, like, keyboard is way better than I expected. I wasn't expecting it to actually be this fluid. Like, I was thinking, oh, keyboard's kind of janky, but that's just because I had a really shit keyboard, which had horrible delay. But, like, with my new keyboard, it still has, like, quite noticeable delay often, but, like, man, it's, like, it's way better than I thought. The control feels really good. Should have expected that. Yeah, those couple of clicks are extremely buggy. It might just be the refresh rate I play on, because since I got my new PC, I am now a 165 hertz player instead of 240. Yes, I actually lowered my frames. They didn't go up, because, like, my new monitor is, like, 10 times better than my old one, but it's also, how do I put it? It also has lower refresh rate. I mean, 165 is still pretty good for playing. I'd say I can still play. I'd actually say I've been getting better thanks to 165, but only issue is GD physics on 165 are completely fucked. So I might need to switch back to 240 sometime. I don't want to go back to, like, I don't want to go, like, 360 or anything. I say I had 360, but I wasn't actually sure in retrospect. I think I had 240, but I didn't have an FPS counter, so I don't know. But I'd probably play on, like, 240, just because 240, I mean, I don't know, I might just bypass, like, 240, but, like, 240 is just good. But then again, though, I won't really need to, because in a month, 2.2 is coming out, and that is going to, like, I think make all the physics just the 240 hertz version, which is a big improvement in my opinion. It's good that, like, all physics are united to not, like, so refresher doesn't actually matter that much anymore. Only issue is that also makes a ton of levels physically impossible, because a ton of levels were built specifically for certain, like, FPSs in mind. Like, for example, Death Corridor is now probably completely impossible now, or will be, because of the fact that it is built for 60 to 144 hertz. So if like, Kugel Blitz will either need to modify the level, which I'm pretty sure he wouldn't want to do, or he'd have to verify it on 240, However, that would be absolutely torturous for him. And I mean, Kugelblitz has already been having like I said, horrible luck with Death Quarter, because like literally every time he gets the opportunity to play, like something bad happens. Like I remember like during lockdown, he couldn't even play because of the fact that he got like carpal tunnel or something. I feel bad for Kugelblitz, but I'm pretty sure like he'll eventually pull. What the fuck? Well, shit happens. I think Kugelblitz will eventually pull off, but I don't think it's going to be in the near future, because like I think he could be. I think it could be Death Corridor. The issue is that it is. First of all, it is monstrously difficult. Like I don't know if it's top 1 now, but it would probably be at least top 10, and like that would not be easy for him. But like I feel like if he pushed himself, he could. But the problem is he just doesn't get the chance too often. I think he's a lot more skilled than a lot of people give him credit for. A lot of people are like way more skilled than they have credit for, unfortunately. Because a lot of time they just don't get the chance to really shine through with their skill. Like I would say that like Tiago, Thunder, and Popoff are probably like in terms of actual like skill, I think they're actually better than Zoink. What the fuck? Anyways. But I don't think they are better than him at the moment, because the fact, even though I think they have more like overall skill than him, they just haven't had this, either have not fully utilized their potential yet, or they have not gotten the chance to yet. Also, I know that, like, I think, like, other players are way better than, like, people give them credit for. Like, Zeronium and Cryonics are insanely good. Like, insanely good. Like, fucking Cryonics, like, he beat Sonic Wave, like, how many times? I don't even remember. Also, Sid, like, I know that Sid was kind of, like, inactive for a while, but he's kind of been coming back, but, like, in, like, the GD World Tournament, he just fucking dominated everyone else, and nobody was expecting that. We were all expecting, like, Z Gabriel to do it, because, like, he was practicing, like, so much. But nope. Sid just sniped it and, like, got, and be like, 15 times. I don't even know how. So I think that also Terra. Terra is, like, very, I think, underrated as a player. There's a ton of really underrated players, like, that just don't get enough attention or just haven't gotten the chance to shine through in terms of skill. I would say Skizzle is... Well, I'm live streaming right now. I would say, like, Skizzle is, like, probably one of the most... Skizzle is one of the most underrated players to ever touch the game, because right now he is 4th on Pointer Crate. He is a victor of stuff like Poo Cubes, The Hallucination, and Oblivion, which, like, those are insane accomplishments. And he has only 2,000 subscribers. Like, that's just crazy. The dude is, like, so underrated. He's, like, genuinely a candidate for, like, one of the best players of the modern era. Like, and he just doesn't get that much attention. He's been kind of overshadowed by people like Trick, Zoink, Cursed. People like that. Also, Snowballer has been very overshadowed often, and also Viper. Most top players, I think about it, are, like, very underrated, because, like, most people's eyes are on, like, these days, most people's eyes are on, I would say, mainly Trick and Trick and Zoink. Like, they're this, like, they're, like, the 2 stars of the community right now, but, like, a ton of people just don't get enough represent. Also, to a degree, Zeronium, just because Zeronium has become a relatively popular content creator, which, by the way, is so deserved. Like, even though he already is quite famous in the community, I still think he's, like, I'd say he's probably the best content creator right now. Like, his videos are so well made. And, like, he's also good. I don't know, like, Zeronium's, like, the jack of all trades of GD. He's, like, he is, like, not the master of any of skills, but he's, like, so good in almost all of them. He's a really good creator. Like, he made Crystal, which is a pretty good level. He is an insanely good player. He's beaten Oblivion, Tartarus, the Golden, Shurifet, Shiketsu, Verdant Landscape, Zodiac, Critical Heat. And those are just some of his accomplishments. Like, those are all insanely hard. He's also an insane grinder. He has over, like, 500 extremes or something. He's, like, beaten a ton of insane demons. Like, his IDL series is, like, quite well known. He's, like, overall, he's just, like, the jack of all trades at GD. Also, I'm thirsty. Where's my water? There it is. I'm about to drink some liquid. Hi. All right. I know I ramble on about people better than me, but like, if you think about it, being a top player is an extraordinarily rare thing. A lot of people like don't think about like, oh, beating like a list level is pretty common. It actually isn't if you think about it. Because here's the thing, there is around 1,000 victors of Sonic Wave. That may sound like a lot, because it is. But this community has over 17 million registered accounts. So likely out of those 17 million, only 1,000 have been in this singular level. And like, to put that even more into perspective, like people say like, oh, people like might think like, oh, being like a top main list is like a bit easy. Think about like Bloodlust. Bloodlust has like I think like 500 victors or something. I might be misremembering, which is a lot. But you have to consider that is I think less people than people have been into space, if I remember correctly. It might be more. I don't remember, but also like you are probably more likely to go to space than to be Bloodlust, which is like insane. It shows that like being an insanely good player is way more rare than we actually like think. Like I wish there was a way for me to visualize it. I feel like a lot of people just don't really like people often take like top players for granted. Like I remember back in like 1.9, 2.0, there really were not that many like really good players. Like I mean, if I think like the ones I can remember off the top of my head, like in 1.9, there is Riot, Cyclic, and Andromeda, who were both hackers. I mean, Andromeda later on rebeat all of his accomplishments though, so like, it's like only half counts, but still. There was Nubass also got exposed. There was Lunar Singh. There was Giron David. I would say to a degree also, Super SNSD, but he was more of a star grinder. Who else can I think of? Red Universe, Alex Payne. But, like, that was pretty much it when it came to, like, major top players. Everyone, like, I mean, Red Universe is, like, kind of forgotten these days. Like, Red Universe, like, he was insane for his time. Like, all people forget that. Also Aeon, but Aeon was mainly peaking in, like, between, he was mainly, but, like, Aeon was more of a 1.7, 1.8 player. A lot of people forget that Aeon was arguably one of the best players of all time. Like, To the Stars was, like, a monstrous level at the time. Ah, shit. But, like, I remember if you look at the comments of his old-ass, like, To the Stars video, like, one of the top comments is, this proves that there needs to be a difficulty higher than Demon. That's how hard To the Stars was for the time. Nowadays, it's like a medium Demon. But back then, it was a titanically hard level. Like, probably, like, top, like, 20 or something. And Aeon, like, beat it, not even, like, thinking it was, like, that hard. He, like, it was kind of crazy, like, how he just kind of underrated that achievement. There are also probably other people I don't remember at the top of my head who were really good. No, Good Smile was more of a 2.0 player. Good Smile was more 2.0, but I think he was in 1.9, but I don't remember that much. Good Smile is, like, often forgotten, but he was quite good for his time. Like, if we're talking about 2.0 top players, and there was people like Serve, Blast, to a degree Sonics, but I'd say Sonics more so peaked in 2.0. Wait, hold on. Motherfucker, I died to that bug again. Alright. So there was Sonics, like, partially. There was also, I think, oh yeah, there was also Super X. There was also, Male Veronica. Yeah, he was both a hacker and a pedophile. We don't talk about him. There was Sneaky, who was, I think, also exposed to be a hacker. Who else can I think of? Quasar, obviously. First victor of Bloodbath. Trusta. Probably some others I'm not remembering on top of my head. Oh yeah, Smokes. Smokes was very good. Both like 1.9 and 2.0. People often forget about Smokes. Smokes was super good. I mean, he fucking verified a top 1, like, out of nowhere. And it took him, like, 15k attempts or something. I don't remember exact amount, but I know it was under, like, 30k attempts to verify a top fucking 1. And, like, for reference, like, PPFE's I mean, to this day, there are some people who still argue that it is harder than Bloodlust, even if that argument kind of falls flat now. But I'd say that in my opinion, Smokes had more skill than Noble Boy because Noble Boy took over 130k attempts. Smokes took around, I think, like 20k to beat PPF. Now, to be fair, and also, Smokes was on a lower refresh rate. He was a 120 Hz player, but to be fair, Nob had, far more dedication, and unfortunately, Smokes didn't really ever, fully realize his potential. Actually, no, Smokes is now known as Zeostar. I always forget about that. Oh, yeah, also, Kermal was very big at the time as, a player. A lot of people, forget he was one of the best players ever, along with being one of the best, creators, arguably. I mean, sure, Kermal may have made levels, true masterpieces, Old Lady. I still don't know how that got on the fucking GD, 10-year anniversary. Out of all levels, why Old Lady? It's such a, looked over level. Old Lady isn't even rated. I find that really funny. Honestly, miss Kermal. It's shame he doesn't really create anymore. I know he's created some stuff a bit. I know he created some parts in the 2 instants, but other than that, he hasn't really had that many recent contributions. But I think he said it was because he is still working on stuff. It's just he has IRL commitments. So yeah, and he should prioritize his IRL over GD. That's why I'm honestly glad that Cursed is not as active anymore, because Cursed according to him he actually does still like GD. It just has a lot more IRL stuff to do now, and I'm glad that he's prioritizing that over GD, because many players, including myself, you forget that we need to prioritize real life. I gotta do that more. Are you far? Bro, how many deaths have I had there? By the way, is Undertale music copyrighted? Who gives a fuck? It's not like I'm gonna make any money or anything. Nor would I really care to make money, to be quite frank. Wait, franc is a currency. Never mind, but I just do streaming for fun. I don't really care about any gain or subs or viewers. Yeah, I like getting subs and viewers, but they aren't really my main focus or care. I just want to stream for fun. Honestly, I've noticed, when I'm, recording, on my own, I'm, so, less alive than I am right now. Maybe live streaming just makes me happier. Only issues I have to, is that, I might, fuck up and say something really bad. If I'm, making a video, for some reason, for example, with my Doodlebook video, what if I said, something really bad? I could have just cut that out. I'm so thankful I verified Doodlebook. I verified it only a few days before the deadline, which was originally meant to be September 4th, but everyone was begging Zeronium to I think extend the CC deadline, so it was extended to the 12th, which even then unfortunately some people did end up missing it, but I'm very lucky in the fact that I managed to get it just on time, because I literally uploaded the verification video and submitted it on September 11th. Oh wait, no, that's not, I didn't mean that. No. No, maybe I should have done it September 10th. No, why did I do that? Why did I have to do it on September 11th? Well, the Doodlebook video is now always going to be in my head as it coming out on the 22nd anniversary of 9/11. Yep. I mean, Doodlebook isn't gonna win. I'm very confident in that, just because it, is so shit compared to the competition. Some of the competition are generally, so fucking good. I think, there was one by, Akuak, Akun. That one was really cool. There are, other ones I don't remember, but, man, they were so fucking good. Bro, I don't know how they did that in, such a short time. I might also enter, the Wear Creator Contest. Because, I feel I do have an idea for a kind of basically the contest is you have to make something that uses player colors, and I kind of have an idea for using player colors in level, but I just don't know how to execute it. But you know what, Soon I should probably get it executed, just because, it wouldn't hurt. It wouldn't hurt to give it a shot. They're making more easy demons now. I used to make, like, more harder levels, but now I've realized that, like, those levels were utter shit gameplay-wise, but I think I've gone noticeably better at gameplay. Like, when I don't, like, obsessively make it, like, impossible, it's actually kind of fun. I mean, for me, at least. Because I often, like, make them intentionally to fuck over my skill set, but that often results in me not being able to verify. What the fuck? But, like, for example, if I go into my levels, the Snowfrost was verified, I'll need to make the video later. Like, for example, Blue Bot. I mean, the decoration definitely, like, I mean, I made this when I was, like, far more of an amateur creator. I still am an amateur creator, but this was made in, like, when I was still, like, kind of developing my style. Like, I've begun to develop a more, like, Jonathan GD-esque style, but like, how do you say it? Back then, like, I often, like, thought, like, oh, I have to make as complex stuff as possible. I've realized over time, like, it doesn't need to be ultra complex. It just needs to look good, which often, like, it doesn't need to be overly complex to look good. It just needs to work. Yeah, I have to turn on, like, pulses, because this level uses a lot of pulsing objects. Like, if I don't know how much, I think my frame rate on my PC is bad. I don't know. But if also, like, gameplay is really high CPS. So, like, what I try to do is, like, oh, yeah, also I made those, like, double orbs. So if you spam them, that happens. So don't spam. I kind of made this stuff, like, very, like, based on, like, you need to preserve as many clicks as possible. Motherfucker. Anyways. Also, the LVM makes up, like, basically, like, it just removes all the air decor, basically. This looks very cursed. Motherfucker! Yeah. You know, if I were smart, I would have removed those. But I have to remember, I'm fucking stupid, so I kept those in. Alright, I also need to finish up OLED sometime soon. There are, like, a lot of stuff I need to clean up, mainly, like, the outlines. I think this is, like, one of my best levels when it comes to block deco, but, like, I made a lot of really not good, like, outlines. Fuck. I don't know why, but sometimes I just randomly cut off in the middle of reactions. I do not know why. Also, I think this gameplay is pretty fun. It isn't the most sight readable though. Oh yeah, oh no, camera. Oh yeah, there's also like, wait, I still need to verify this. Like, I need to finish this, like, layout sometime and begin decorating it. If I, like, were to verify this, it would probably be like I used to think this was a medium demon, but, like, I ended up hyper buffing it to such a degree that it is probably more like insane demon now. Where the fuck did that come from? Just randomly getting an attempt and then bam. I do think this is very fun though. I think it's one of my best layouts in terms of gameplay. I think I made something that's hard but really fun once you get consistent at it. But this is definitely, like, some quite, like, a lot of the wave gaps are quite tight. Well, I'm thinking about buffing it even more, but that might make it less enjoyable. Also, there's, oh yeah, this level I'm making Mars Colony. I need to begin the decoration soon because I'm practically finished with the layout. It's, like, one of my best levels gameplay-wise. I'd say, like, I did a good job at structuring it. It might be a bit unfun, though, for some. I feel like, yeah, this part could be, like, a bit of a challenge for some, but I don't know. I think gameplay-wise, I've become a lot better at creating levels, just because I've noticed that I should not force difficulty, and also I need to put a lot more thought. Like, I used to just, like, put, like, okay, bam, straight fly, bam, spam, you know, that shit. I realize that's just horrible gameplay making. So, like, I want to make stuff that's more, like, that has more thought put into it. That spider, like, that spider's, like, not that hard for me, but I know, like, that might be a struggle for some, but I want to keep it in just because I want to keep in some parts that are still noticeably harder than others. Also, TP process. This is. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I'm gonna finish this, or at least 9 times soon. I need to rework a lot of it. This level was a bit of a mess. I really did not know what I was doing with a lot of this. Anyways, still focusing on my own levels, and I'll go back to. I guess I'll play a bit of White Women. I still hate the fact that Heather named his level fucking White Women just so people would say, "I beat White." Oh wait. That's just so funny to me. No, I should make a level called My Meat, so that way when people beat it, they say, "I beat my meat!" Ah! Ah! I also have Breakthrough. This level is probably one of the best levels in, like, the game, gameplay-wise. Heinz was, like, so ahead of his time in terms of gameplay. I do not know, like, how he makes gameplay so good. I, like, try to take, like, cues from him. But, like, man, his gameplay is just unparalleled. It's a shame, like, he doesn't really create much anymore. Because his gameplay, my god, I do not know how he makes it so good. And here's the thing. His gameplay is typically not the type of gameplay I would enjoy. It's, like, often very memory-based. Like, there's a lot of, like, really awkward timings, like triple spikes. But he just makes it work. I don't know how he does. I really wish somebody, like, used his, like, gameplay style and made an extreme out of it, because that'd be, like, the most fun and accessible extreme ever. Alright, do the caverns. I gotta beat this as the hardest sometime. Actually, when I'm playing the caverns, once I finally beat, like, this and Fire Temple, I'm probably gonna use this in the background, because the thing about the caverns is that I love it, but its song does not fit at all. It's so funny to me. How it's like, so, like a kind of like darkish theme level. You're in a cavern, and then this song is fucking Uprise. Like, I feel like it adds a lot of charm, but like they could have chosen a much better song. I'll do a bit of Neon Overdrive. Neon Overdrive is really underrated, to be honest. I really like this level. Probably one of G-Boy's best. G-Boy levels are like very like hit or miss in terms of quality. This is one of his better ones. Alright, dance. I'll do a bit of dance. I know we're going tangents, but man, I like looking at levels. Okay, there's a ton of levels I really want to beat sometime. I just need like to finish Forsaken Neon, and then I'll be free to do them. I'll be free. I'll be free as a bird to do whatever I want. This level feels like chains. It just I don't feel free because of this level. It's like I cannot be. It's just I'm surprised I have not dropped this, but because of how atrocious my luck has been. But I'm not gonna give up. I don't want to like. I used to like give up easily on levels. I have like decided that I want to focus. I'm not no joke intended, but I just want to. I want to be able to do this. Okay, I want to do this. Though, like, after I do, like this, Fire Temple, since, again, the bet I made earlier, and the caverns, I will probably do, a wheel kind of to decide what's going to be my next hardest. That would be really interesting to do a wheel, because, like, I'd probably just put a bunch of levels I really like. The levels I'd probably put on there would be, like, Ninth Circles, definitely, also definitely Fire Temple, definitely, absolutely, like, Psychosis. I love Psychosis so much, and also I think it's a bit overrated difficulty-wise. Possibly Future Funk, but Future Funk would be very much of a struggle for me due to how outside of my skill set it is. Probably Let's Bounce by Passy Blitz, and what else? Probably some other level I'm not able to think of right now. I need to make that wheel. I have to finish up Fire Temple, and I'm not going to enjoy that because I hate Fire Temple. I capital H hate it. Okay, I used to like it, but the problem is its pre-drop is the most insufferable thing ever. It is. I'm able to tolerate a lot of bullshit in levels. That's how I've like been able to get so far in Forsaken Neon. However, my god, the pre-drop is so inexcusably bad that I cannot, like, I just cannot, like it anymore. Also, its deco is kind of mid, but it's not bad. But, like, man. Like, with Forsaken Neon, I can say that I still love the level despite how terrible my experience has been. With Fire Temple, I was trying to beat this new hardest a while ago. Like, even if I didn't have that bad of an experience trying to beat it, I eventually dropped it. I don't think I would still consider it a good level right now. Just, like, it's just... I will admit that deco-wise, it's probably one of the better temple levels, which is not saying much because, like, the temple levels are definitely a mixed bag in terms of quality. I feel bad saying that because, like, they're Michigan's levels and, you know... He's probably getting pissed off at me in heaven, but, like, it's just... Some of the levels just aren't very good. I mean, Shadow Temple is just outright bad in both deco and gameplay. War Temple is, I think, like, okay gameplay, but pretty bad deco. Desert Temple is just kind of mid overall. Desert Temple is, like, could have been good, but the problem is, like, it uses a pretty bad shade of yellow. I do quite like Lava Temple. I think Lava Temple is, like, pretty underrated, mainly because it's, like, the easiest, but Lava Temple is pretty good in my opinion. And Forest Temple is just overall, like, a really good level. I really like Forest Temple. I was considering doing this in new hardest instead of going for B, but fuck off, I hate that. But I decided against it. It's probably for the better. Jumping, like, I do plan on jumping after I beat any of, like, once I beat maybe Future Funk. I plan on jumping to the Lost Existence or, okay, either the Lost Existence or ABP. One of those two. Or Red World. Or, and I've been thinking about this, but it'd be a bit stupid. I might also, like, I might jump. Okay, I'll say this. I have actually kind of, like, difficulty ladder planned. If I go into my insane level, I'll see like insane demons I plan on doing, but I plan on doing them after I beat, what is it? Lost Existence. However, I plan on, like, basically have, like, a bit of, like, not necessarily an end goal. Like, these are some levels I want to beat as well. Yep. You know, the normal ones. And then I want to beat ABP, probably Bloodbath, maybe Idols. I'm only going to be down base because it falls into my skill set. I despise down base, but I might do it. Then after, like, then maybe, like, Fusion Z or Phobos, then Carnage Mode, then Artifice or Decay, then maybe add to Marble, and then, like, finally, like, these, like, the two I'm, like, most likely to go for in the future is, like, hardest, Anahita and Black Blizzard. I mean, Black Blizzard is just outright one of my favorite levels, like, ever. It's my favorite extreme demon, just outright, it's my favorite extreme. But, like, Black Blizzard, I just really want to do it, man. It's, I like, this has been my favorite extreme for a solid 2 years. I just like Blade of Justice more, but, like, the more I think about it, like, around, like, 2021, I decided that I liked Black Blizzard more, and I kind of agree with that. I'd say objectively, like, probably Sunset Sandstorm is better, but, man, Black Blizzard is just, other people don't like it now, but, like, that, there are probably people who, like, aren't, like, veterans. Like, I hesitate to call myself a veteran because I've only played since 1.9. I wasn't really involved in the community until 2.0, but, like, at this point, playing since, like, 2.1 could be considered a veteran just because of how little updates this game gets. Yeah, also I was like, there's some other levels. I do Polar, I really want to do Polar Guys, but the problem is it's really not well balanced. I mean, it was originally hacked, so it makes sense, but I know that, like, the thing about Andromeda, like, he re-verified some of his levels, which is really good of him, but he kind of made a lot of them worse. Also, Supersonic. I'm definitely going to beat this immediately after Lost Existence. I've always, like, really loved this level, and I'd be good to beat it. Also, it's probably one of, like, the few upcoming levels I'm probably going to beat with Mouse, just because I think it's a bit better with Mouse. Personally, I think it's just, like, it plays better with Mouse. That was probably what was, like, it had in mind, so it makes sense. I'm waffling a lot. I'm a big waffler. Might end stream soon, though. So far, it's been good. I'm having fun. And I've died to 74 on a few occasions, but that's kind of inevitable. Because that is like the most RNG thing. It's like the 22 transition in Dear Nostalgists. You're just like doing a dice roll. Actually, I should quickly play a bit of Dear Nostalgia. I'm going off topic, but like, I like Dear Nostalgia. Actually, I know I don't like it. What the fuck? How did I read whatever that was? Shows how shaky my fingers are. Actually, fuck, I'll play with mouse. Dear Nostalgia just like is like so charming to me. It's kind of funny how Triaxis just made this like to piss off like all the vendors who are like she was noticing like, oh, everyone is like, oh, back in 1.9 things were better, back in those days it was better, and she was like, yeah, okay, did you like this better? Did you like this? That's a little wait. She did not realize. Wait, I have a question. If we're referring to someone like, I know that like Traxxas, she like transitioned to being a girl, but if we're referring to her like stuff like when she did and like before she transitioned, would we use male or female pronouns? I'll just be safe and use female pronouns just because oh. See if it bugs. What the fuck, it didn't? Huh. Okay. Might end stream very soon. I might do a bit of like these demons, just so ending. Might do. Yeah, beat Nemesis and Gracious Circles, so that's good. Might be Respite? Maybe. I don't know. I'll see. Maybe not. Am I straight flying? That's unnecessary. I always like... No, when I need a straight fly, I'm terrible. When I don't need straight fly, I can actually straight fly pretty okay. It's just in situations when I need to that I suck. And it's also a Nexus. Let's do Endorphin Rush. I don't know. The other time, there's a ton of easier levels I need to do. Also, Nemesis is like a new, like, maybe like top 10 hardest. Maybe not top 10, no. Nemesis is really overrated, to be honest. I don't think it's like... I think it's like in like the second tier GDP, it should be like a lot lower. I know like for some people who suck at Wave, like they could struggle with it, but I don't know. I'm not that bad at Wave, so it isn't really much of an issue for me. Those levels, like, also this level is impossible to search on YouTube just because it's called Nexus. I still find it funny how Nexus won the GD Awards for best play. Like, I would think, oh, maybe maybe like someone like Riot or Doggy or Zoink or maybe N-Switch, but a lot of people forget N-Switch these days. Who else? Like, maybe like Sonix. Actually, no, Sonix is also a bit forgotten, but Technical. Nope. 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 It was what's it called? It was Nexus. I mean, I can't blame. I mean, Nexus is objectively quite a good player. I mean, he's been like Bloodlust, and I think Omicron as well. He's not a bad player by any means. I think he's also Pinata and Sonic Wave. I might be misremembering. He's an objectively good player. It's just, I mean, is he better than Riot? Innocent people probably, yeah, but those are probably like 7-year-olds who don't know jack shit about the community. I mean, when I was younger, I used to think that Blade of Justice was the hardest stuff in the game before I knew what Pointer Crate was, but yeah. Okay, I mean, Blade of Justice would have been the hardest level, but this was. I mean, I mainly found it hard just because of the first robot. Actually, I forgot to add like Blade of Justice to levels I might do later, like as possible new hardest. Also, for a while, this was my favorite Extreme Demon. It still is up there, to be honest. I still think this is one of the best levels in the game. Just maybe, like, I think Black Blizzard kind of overtook it a bit. But this is still, like, a masterpiece of a level, especially for the time. This was made in, like, 2.0 or something. For 2.0, this is, like, okay, even for early 2.1, this was, like, a 10 out of 10, I'd say. But for 2.0, this is... I'll save this for my later stuff. Let's put it down. What the fuck's Blade Dance? I've never heard of this level. I remember back when, like, Viper was a crater point grinder. Yeah, most of his levels were kind of a mixed bag. To be fair, that's with, like, most older creators, though. Yeah, it's that. Blade of Justice, no clip. I'll just spam. Actually, no. I'll see how accurate I can get this to be. Oh. Yeah, this isn't the most accurate, but, like, it's not majorly inaccurate. Like, you can tell what I'm trying to do. But when I try to, like, play no clip and flow levels, it goes bad because I'm so bad at flow gameplay. Okay, I might end stream now. I'm a bit sleepy. Might end stream. Well, this is a pretty good stream, though. Longer than I thought it would